Today on Voiding Warranties, I'm going to be doing some water injection maintenance on the Blue Beast.
Voiding Warranties, where our favorite coolant is water. No, seriously, watch the other video. Yeah, it's nice having a little bit of water in the trunk.
If you've watched my other videos, then you've already seen me talk about water injection and show the basics of my setup. Today, I'm going to be flow testing the water injector and making sure it's ready for the road, because we're taking this back into boost. Now, flow testing the water injector, it's all pretty easy. Got myself a measuring cup. I've got myself the water injector. I've got the ignition on so the water pump is running, and I've got my handy dandy phone app. Come on. Please ignore the wire. I'm using this for audio recording as well. Now, let me bring up torque. I've already got the ignition switch on, so all I have to do is bring up the right display. It's already connected with the car, reading parameters, and I have a generic command right here, right there, and that command tells it to go to 100% flow on the water injector, and I can see what flow's like right now. Now, it should be about 800 milliliters a minute if it's not too clogged up. Oh yeah, that's a lovely sound right there, isn't it? Yeah, that's the sound they make. Huh. Now this is gonna flow for about 30 seconds. Actually, it's gonna flow for exactly 30 seconds because that's what it's programmed to do. And then it's gonna shut off. And when it shuts off, I'll have half the flow for a full minute. I'll just multiply it by 2 and I know how much water I can actually put in. All right. Let's take a look at that. Oh, wow, this thing is pretty clogged up. I don't know if you can see that. Woohoo! But I'm showing just under 200 milliliters. So this thing's putting out about 400 milliliters a minute of water. It's not enough. Now, before I embarrass myself, let me make sure I was sending it the right command. Or send it twice. Configuration, command to send. Okay, that's real max flow there. Okay. Okay, yeah, I screwed up. Oh, Lord, it's making a mess. Oh yeah, and I forgot to prime the line too. Wow. That's because we're professionals. Dumping water back into the trunk. Back into the reservoir you go. All right, take 2 with it properly set up. Line clear. Yes, that's water right on top of the fuse box because professionals. All right, and it's still synced up. Send the command. No buzzing because it's 100% open. I really don't run it at 100% duty cycle while I'm spraying water, but it's good enough for testing. See how there are 2 individual streams and not, you know, a nice little cone of mist going down? Yeah, I don't like that. That's not a very good, spray pattern. That nozzle needs some cleaning. Well, you're in luck because I'm going to be cleaning it today. And second time, 300 milliliters. Okay, that's more like what I was expecting. All right, now I'm gonna have to remove the fuel injector, or the water injector from here. But before I do that, there's something else I want to do. And for those of you playing the home game, you may have guessed it already. I want to depressurize the water. Otherwise, I'll make a huge mess, and I can neither confirm nor deny that I've done this previously without doing this and made a huge mess. All right. That's depressurized. It'll turn off when it's good and ready, but I don't care because I can start taking things off. All right. Now, for those of you playing the home game, you're probably thinking, well, I heard somebody say once on some forum or somewhere that you can't use fuel injectors for injecting water because they'll corrode up solid and then they'll never work again. And you're probably thinking, Harlan, you handsome devil you, how can you make fuel injectors work with water without them rusting up instantly? Well, the answer is I actually didn't do much. I just got fuel injectors that are modern fuel injectors designed for ethanol. And the stainless steel interior of the injector, the internals of the injector, do the rest. Now there's still some non-stainless internals, and you can buy specialty fuel injectors that are all stainless. But I don't really see the point if I'm going to have to pull this thing anyway every now and then to clean out hard water deposits. Now that's the other thing. Don't run hard water in these. It's not worth it. Run either distilled water or run RO water if you have an RO unit at home. Now I have a charcoal filter in line with this that filters out any impurities. It also does a pretty good job of filtering out any particulate. But if you want to try a charcoal filter for your own water injection system, I recommend you run about a gallon of water through it until the water is completely clear, and then run a gallon more, just to ensure all the charcoal fines have worked their way out. Otherwise they will also clog up your nozzles or injector. All right. And this thing is a nice aluminum weld-on bung that I have completely boogered up, brazing onto this aluminum elbow. Again, if you're playing the home game, take it to a machine shop and have them do it professionally. Don't be like me and go, oh, I've got everything I need. I can do it here and make it look beautiful, because it won't look beautiful. But it will be functional. And after all, that's all the ladies care about. You see, right now, if I hadn't depressurized, let's just say I'd be getting water in the face, probably blow out an O-ring on this thing and make a mess everywhere. As you can see by the lack of mess, it wasn't even one of those things where I did it once that way and then edited it out in the video. I actually did it right the first time this time. Again, for you guys playing the home game, keep track of this. It will very rarely happen. But I can say that I can make it probably about as long as an oil change, about 3,000 miles, without having to do injector maintenance. So that's good enough for me. I think that's good enough for most folks. If it was a fuel injector, that'd be a much different issue, but it's not for injecting fuel. It's not hard to get to, and it's designed to come out fairly easily. Good enough for me. All right, and you're probably wondering, Harlan, what are you going to do with it now? Well, my answer is I'm going to put it in a bath of vinegar. All right, and here we've got my injector cleaning set up. It's just set to pulse at 50%. And I just need to connect it up to the proper digital pin. I've already got it all programmed. And let the cleaning begin. And the injector itself is actually just in a bath of white vinegar. And that should clean everything out. Just give it a little while in here. Right as rain. All right, let's see what it looks like second time around. Well, the pattern's a little bit better. You don't want to spill if I can avoid it. All right, what have we got here? What have we got here? 390 milliliters. All right. So the good news is I got a lot more flow out of the injector after cleaning it. The bad news is it didn't go back up to where it originally was. We're still a little shy. But that's okay. I can recalibrate that in the software, and eventually I'll just buy another injector. These are gonna be disposable items. I kind of knew that walking into this. But if it can make it for 3,000 miles and this is the worst I have to deal with, you know what? I'll just change it with my oil. All right, so the water injector's cleaned out. The boost control has been tested. Just need to configure the software for the flow rate I'm gonna get out of this water injector. I'm ready to take it on the road. If you want to see my first ride after getting back in boost, why don't you click there. And if you want to see a video, which will be available in the future, on why I picked water injection versus other options, click there. And if you want to see how all this started, click right, I guess I'll put it right over my face or something. Nobody really wants to see my face anyway. So click right here. Hope you've enjoyed it, and keep on voiding warranties.